What is going on, everyone? Welcome to another very exciting episode right here on the My Gardener channel. This one won't be a super long episode, but I think it'll be a really good example of just how easy gardening can be. I hear all the time, I think there's just a really common fallacy that gardening is really hard. It takes a lot of effort. There's a lot of work involved to get the garden worked and prepped and ready to go. Well, what if I told you that you don't actually have to work as hard as other people tell you or as hard as you think? Right here, I have a chipping green. I like to golf, so I leave a chipping green out here because it's a lot better than hacking up the lawn, and I can tee it up, and I use this very frequently in the summer. It's just a really fun thing to pass the time to chip into a target. And so I have this here. It's pretty heavy, but it doesn't need to be heavy. What you can do is you can use any type of material that is whatever dimension you want. You can take tarps, little your big square tarps from Lowe's, Home Depot, any hardware store has big black or blue tarps. Throw those out, throw some stones on it to weigh it down so it doesn't blow. That is important so that you don't have stuff blowing around, because a tarp will blow. But just put some bricks or stones or logs on top around the perimeter and weigh it down. It's very simple. And what you want to do, or you can take a kiddie pool. I've had this happen. I'm sure you've left a kiddie pool out in the yard too long, and you have a dead patch in the grass. That dead patch is actually caused from a process called solarization. When you solarize, you actually essentially just kill off, or you either heat the soil, or you either heat the grass up to the point where it dies, and it dies from solar radiation, or there's another type of solarization, which is a lack of sunlight. And so that can actually cause the grass to die because there's no sunlight there, and grass can't grow if it can't photosynthesize. All you have to do is just use time as your friend. Just set something out, weigh it down, and you're good. It'll really do the work for you. Now, I do find that having even weight is really important, because grass can pop up through and actually push a tarp if it's really lightweight. So if you're using a tarp, weigh it down evenly across the whole tarp. Don't give an opportunity for the grass to pop up, because it'll actually lift and heave the tarp. And over time, you might have the grass die off if you leave it long enough. But what can happen is it can push up that tarp, and the power of plants is incredible. I mean, roots can heave concrete, and a branch or something pushing up through the soil can lift a tarp right off the ground. I've seen it. It's incredible. So just really weigh it down evenly. It doesn't have to be completely weighed down, just so that there's even distribution of weight. And you'll find that in a matter of 2 or 3 weeks, that's all it takes, 2 or 3 weeks, and it'll be completely dead. The first stage, you'll see, the grass will start to turn yellow. After the grass starts to turn yellow, that's the sign that it's being deprived of sunlight. When it's yellow, it's lacking sunlight. It's lacking the ability to photosynthesize. After it turns yellow, about 2 or 3 weeks after that, that's where it dies. And then the really nice thing, before I show you this, what's underneath here, the really nice thing is that the worms then come up and actually eat all of the grass and all of the organic matter, so it fertilizes as well. It's incredible. I absolutely love this. Now, this is not a long-term solution. You will have to amend the soil just like you would normally, but this is definitely a great way to just fix your soil, or I guess prep your soil for a really quick garden. You don't have to have any time and no machinery needed to do this. So let's check it out. So the first thing I want to point out is around the perimeter, you'll notice that the grass gets much taller than the surrounding grass. The weeds get much greener than the surrounding weeds. And there's no mystery as to why that's happening. That's happening because of all of the worms that are breaking down this organic matter, and it's actually creating fertilizer for the surrounding areas. That's why if you look over here, you'll see this is all like twice the size. And I mow right over this. I mean, I mow this right flat, but this grows twice as fast as the rest of the grass. This is twice as green as the rest of the grass. I mean, this is just a proof of concept that stuff is breaking down and actually creating food for the surrounding plants. So once we uncover this, let's check out what's underneath. This has been sitting here for, say, about 3 weeks. Check it out. Look at that. 3 weeks. 3 weeks is all it takes. And you'll see here, you got a beetle that's trying to make a home, lots of worms that are on the surface. There's roly-polies, there's a few ants. Everything kind of just makes its home under here because it stays nice and damp. It stays nice and cool. They like this. But check it out. There is not a single plant here. Not a single plant. This has been completely solarized. It's ready to go. And you can literally just take a shovel and you can take your shovel and dig right in this. And this soil, now while it's native soil and we have a lot of clay in the area, check this out. Look at this. Look at the quality of this. There's nothing wrong with that at all. It's dark. You can tell it doesn't have a whole lot of organic matter. It would not be stellar in summer, but for some spring crops, or if you plant in this and then throw mulch on top for further weed suppression, this is great. This is absolutely great. This is far better than a lot of the gardens that I've slaved away to work in. So I hope you guys enjoyed that, and I really do hope that you try this. If you're someone that doesn't have a rototiller, you don't have the ability to either go rent one or buy one, or you don't have a friend that you can borrow one from, this is a wonderful way to prep your soil. You don't need to bring in any wood chips to mulch the area off. You don't have to double dig it with a shovel. You don't have to turn it over with a broad fork. The worms are your broad fork. This is just so easy. And I love this. Now, I would love to plant some stuff here to show you what happens, but unfortunately, I have a garden for that, and I do value some of my hobbies equally, so I can't just keep moving my chipping green all around and planting this. But rest assured, this would grow plants. I'm so confident in it that if I had another place to put my chipping green, I would show you what grows here, and I guarantee you this would grow some incredible crops, no problem at all. So give this a shot. I really hope that you enjoyed, and if you've tried this method, let me know. If you're someone that has accidentally killed off a huge patch in your grass because you left a kiddie pool there too long, or a little tarp of mulch for too long, or even a pile of leaves. If you left a pile of leaves from the fall into the spring and you just were forgetful, or as some people call it, lazy, or maybe you're just a procrastinator, or maybe you're just letting it sit there long enough that it's just a compost pile, just nature's compost pile that you just didn't want to move until it was fully composted. Who knows? That's up to you to decide, but whatever the reason, I've had that happen too. So let me know if you've experienced this, and yeah. I just wanted to show you all this. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you learned something new. If you did enjoy, throw a like up there, share this video with a friend, and we'll catch you all on the next episode. As always, grow big or go home. See ya. Bye.